Welcome in, race fans. My name is Jason with First Gear Network, here watching GT3 Series Round 5, the First Gear Racing League here at Oschersleben. We are just past the halfway through our practice session for tonight's event. We've got about 14 minutes left of practice. So far, we've got 15 cars in the field. 11 have gotten a lap on time so far, with leader up top right now is James Rep in the 53. New member joined today. Welcome in, James. We've also got Jay Smart in the field. He's a new member, joined this evening in the 11. I think he's just getting on the track, so welcome to the new members. Appreciate you guys joining and racing with us. We're set up for our usual format. We're going to have our 30-minute practice session here, followed by a 20-minute open qualifying session to set the grid for the first two races. We'll have our sprint race, which is a 15-minute race, and then after that we will invert the field from the finishing position of that sprint race, and we will have a 45-minute main event feature race. Again, we race for two separate championships, the sprint and the feature champion, and then an overall championship as well is the main goal. Just to kind of pull up I don't have a slide that I can pull up currently, so I will just kind of pull up a kind of a rough numbers for the point standing so far in the GT3 series overall after 4 rounds. Kyle Heath is our points leader. He currently has a total of 242 points. He's won, I believe, 3 sprints, 3 features out of the 4 of each that have been held, and he has a 50-point lead over second place Joseph Klein. So pretty big gap from first to second, but still, you know, only a third of the way through the season. Anything still can happen. Joseph Klein is in second with 192 points. Travis Roberto is in third with 184 points. Kendall Paul is in fourth with 182, and Edwin James is in fifth with 170 points. That's our top 5 in the points currently, all separated by a total from first to fifth of 72 points. Slide in our race info box here today just to give you guys a look at what we're seeing. This track here measures at 2.24 miles. Our ambient temperature today is 65 degrees, so a bit cooler. Air temp with a humidity of 87%, so I can kind of tell a little bit of haze, but not like heavy fog or anything, but definitely super humid. Clear skies, no chance of rain, and a very slight 1-mile-an-hour wind. With the cooler temp, we are sitting at a track temperature of 74 degrees Fahrenheit. And so very, very much a cooler day for the racetrack for tonight's races. So that will be our info for tonight. Go back to our race screen here. Pull up our track map. Check in. We've got a new leader at the top. Matthias in the 77 has run a 1-minute 24-second .610 lap for his best lap, so that gives him a couple tenths over Jay Smart. Again, new members up near the top. Matthias is, don't think he's run a GT3 race yet. I know he's run an IndyCar race with us, but this is his first GT3 race as well. So the top 3, all newcomers that have not raced in this series with us before. 1, 2, 3. So we'll see how this works out. These guys showing really good speed. Obviously good GT experience, road course series racing. Oh. Whoa. And Tommy Thompson got into him. Let's rewind this back here. Not sure what happened there, so let's jump in the cockpit and let's play this through here. As that wreck kind of lingered out, gets back on track. And stopped it on the track. TT with nowhere to go there. Come down to just under 9 minutes left to practice. Travis Roberto has split up the new guys up front, taking P2, the 124.7. There he goes to the top spot, a 124.304. 3/10 up on the field. Great lap by Travis. Follow along Jay Smart here. Data here says he's from New York. The 11 car driving a Porsche. Tyler Merritt just jumped up to 8th on the board. 126.994. So time-wise, our field is separated from 1st to 13th so far on the charts by 6.7 seconds. Top 6, all under a second separation. It's Jay Smart just jumps up to P2, 124.357. Just 500 slower than Travis's lap, so he was right there. We see him going by Ben Summerford there in the 32. Then got out in the gravel a little bit. We really appreciate all of you that are watching and hanging out with me tonight. Please give a like, subscribe, and share the video. Let's get it out there as we're still trying to grow First Gear Network and our First Gear Racing series. As right now, currently we run Indy cars on Monday nights, GT3 series on Wednesday nights, and NASCAR Gen 6 Cup on Saturday nights. And by the way, Happy New Year to everyone. 2025 rang in good. Had a great holiday season. Hope you all did too. And we're starting off a new year and right back to action here after a week off last week for the Christmas break. And now we're right back in it to start 2025 off with a bang. Just hit the 6-minute mark left in practice as riding with Jay here comes across the line. He gets a faster lap than Travis, goes in 124.133, puts him up to the top spot. Looks like Travis is entering. Oh, falling off the track. Fair enough. T is back on track. See what James does across the line here. It tell me he was on the out lap, but it did not record a lap for him there. Did not pop up for me. Ken Dale's out on track, driving the McLaren. Tyler Merritt up to 6th, 125.073. driving that Acura. He's the only one in the field so far tonight with the Acura. Looks like we got one Corvette, one Mustang, one Acura, 4 McLarens, 2 Ferraris, and looks like 6 Porsches in the field tonight. Thought it used to show that, and it's not showing it. Let's see if it works here. See if the logos work. They do not. Game is being mean. Does not want me to see the logos on the ticker. All the gravel on the track. Got trouble in front of him. Somebody's kicking up some gravel. Buddy Ben Summerford. Round down this practice session, looks like 14 cars have gotten a lap. Looks like Adam Lowe's just coming out on track now from pit exit. If any of you are watching at home, go ahead and give a shout out in the chat. Who do you think's going to be our pole sitter for tonight's first sprint race? Who's going to get the pole here coming up in qualifying shortly? Let me know what you think. As we see Ben gets loose there, locks it up. As we see Jay Smart has lightened it up here and set a 123.839 for best lap of the session. That puts him almost a half a second ahead of Travis's best lap in second. So that's a pretty good stretch there. These cars getting faster and faster as they're getting rubber laid down, fuel's getting burned off. Travis says, hang on, let me get you by 0.02 of a second. Travis just ran a 123.837 to go up to the top of the board. Still waiting to see. I think he's out on track. Kyle Heath got his fresh Pit Boss First Gear Racing paint scheme. Sorry that my border's going to pop up here for a second. I'm just making sure everything is showing for my radios. Coming up to the last minute of this practice session before we get into qualifying. Here's 58 Adam Lowe. He's on his out lap, finally on the track, and looks like he's just practicing a pit entry maybe. A lot of debris on the pit entry there too. It's a long it's a long way to get to the pit speed cone there. There it is. Looks like unless one of these guys can change the favor of it here really quick, most likely looks like Travis Roberto is going to lead this practice session going into qualifying. Following Kyle here around the last corner as we've just got 13 seconds left in the session. Let's see how this time treats him. This comes across the stripe. 125.130. We put him up to P7. And practice as concluded. So that's going to give Travis best lap in practice. J Smart second, Matthias third, James fourth, Ben Groves fifth, Tyler Merritt sixth, Kyle Heath seventh, Joseph Klein eighth, Kendall Paul ninth, and Tommy Thompson rounds out the top 10 in the practice session. Looks like the top 9 were all within under 2 seconds of each other, and then a little bit of gap from 10th on back. for best lap time.
Yes, there will be, as you know, at least one, just with the way the fixed setup for vehicles.
All right, so we got some cars coming out on track. Oh, not the way you want to start it, Adam. Looks like Travis may have gotten, yep, Travis Roberto's the first car to lead this pack off of pit road. As qualifying has begun. Turn off the driver box for a moment. If it's, I believe it's this one. There we go. And we will put up our qualifying mode. Again, this is a 20-minute session. Got the ticker up in the top left. We're already a minute 21 in. So these guys are trying to get around the track on their outlaps to set us up for an exciting qualifying session. I feel like we're going to see a lot of things change here. Thomas S. Let's go, Mr. Thumbsticks. That's right. I'm going to assume that's a shout out to Tyler Merritt, Mr. Controller. Out here kicking everybody's butt with the controller. He has been super fast. Oh, Travis misses the corner. That's not going to work for that lap. Seeing cars having issues there, that's for sure. Like, even with Travis's spin, he's still the lead car in this pack, but his off track this lap won't count for him. It looks like right now Tyler is lining up to have the opportunity to be the first car to go on the scoreboard here at the conclusion of this lap, as long as he has no incident points or off tracks on this lap. Let's see what he sets the bar to be here on lap 1. Right out of the last corner. Here we go. Let's see how this lap works out. Wait for timing and scoring to wake up, and there it is. Tyler Merritt runs a 1:24.510 for his first lap. That's a good lap. Heck of a good lap. James Rett, 1:24.6 right behind him. Great looking Corvette. Ben Summerford will jump up to P3 currently with a 1:28.7. The rest of the field's kind of coming through here, so we'll see where everybody lays. Kyle Heath, P3. 1:25.9. A second and a half off of Tyler's lap time. Tommy Thompson up to P4. His lap. Ben Groves up to P4. Just trading hits here as the leaderboard as these guys are getting some laps in now. And again, we've got 6 cars that have timed in. The rest of the field, either their first lap didn't count due to an off track or incident point of some sort, doesn't score it. iRacing requires you to stay on track with no contact, spins, anything like that off track. All that will just count the lap. And there's, oh, Ben Groves. That was 2 cars that did the same exact thing. Looks like that was Ben and Jay. Both did the same exact thing out of that corner. Follow along here with Travis, who's jumped up to the top spot. 1:24.493. 17 thousandths of a second faster than Tyler Merritt's lap, so Field is close. Matthias up to 4th. The 77 car. Mark Owlett just times in with a 131.091 to go P9. So we've got 9 cars that have made a lap so far. Still got a few that gotta make a time. Yeah, Thomas, I don't know how Tyler does it. It is a skill that playing video games when I was younger, I was great at those games, but when I came to the simulation side and iRacing side, I can't use a controller anymore at all. I've been desensitized with the steering wheel, force feedback pedals. My mechanics have totally changed. I can't do it. It's amazing to watch somebody do it, because most controller users usually have some issues. It's hard to hold the line or get the turn just right. He's able to be super fast, take care of his stuff, and really be competitive with it, which is just awesome to see, because you don't see it that often. At least I haven't, but it is fun to watch. So we check in with Tyler as he's running 2nd on the board still to Travis. Travis upped his time a little bit to a 1:24.33 on his last lap. Create a little bit more gap, almost 0.2 of a second ahead of Tyler. Still, we only have 9 cars that have timed a lap. As we see, that looks to be Travis just spun and wrecked. These guys are giving it their all for just hitting the 7-minute mark almost here in qualifying. Got 13 minutes left of the session. And we're going to get to our first of 2 races. Our sprint race will happen right after qualifying here. So far, we're still sitting at 15 cars in the field for tonight's events. Jay Smart looks like he had a really fast session best sector 1, a personal best sector 2. Let's check in with him. So he hasn't timed a lap yet. Sector 3 coming around the last 2 corners here. Justin Klein just jumped up to 6th to get a time registered. All right, Jay, let's see what you got for your lap time. Jay Smart to the pole, 1:23.851. Killer lap, Jay. That puts him almost 5/10, half a second up over Travis's best in second. So right now, Jay Smart is on provisional pole currently. So we still got 12 minutes left in the session. Travis is on his out lap after that spin and hit with the wall. He reset with pits, got a new car. There's Tyler again, he's in 3rd. Matthias is out here in 4th. I think George Buck is on personal best for him. Let's see, as he crossed the line. May not have registered it. Alright, still waiting for George, Adam, and James Malloy to register lap times. We've got 12 drivers that have registered a lap, 3 more left to do so. Corvette James back to 5th. Kyle Heath running 6th. That's our points leader. He was a GT3 Series champion in our initial format last season, where we just ran an hour race. It was just one event, not split up into 2. And he has been on a tear so far this season out of the 4 rounds we've completed. Currently sitting 6th. That lap was just a half a tenth slower than his best. Kendall Paul is currently 8th. Ben Groves, we haven't seen much of him. Rolls out his McLaren Mountain Dew. Currently P9. So we got a lot of guys on the track. So looks like we've got Jay and Travis kind of nose to tail here, so we're going to jump in the car with Travis. I'm gonna ride with him here for a little bit. Watch him work the wheel. Any gear shifts. Down to third. Really high revs in third gear. Back to fourth, then back to third. Second. Coming through the last corner. Yeah, I agree, Thomas. Once Tyler gets a wheel, it's even going to be harder to beat him. He's going to be super fast. And yeah, these guys putting it together on this, doing the road racing. I mean, I've been doing it for a while. I just can't get across that barrier to really compete as well as I wish I could, even with the wheel and pedals. But I play on a desk. I don't have a rig yet. I'm in a computer chair. Rotate side to side with all these turns and stuff. And I don't know, I kind of battle that a little bit, so I feel like once I get a little bit further, maybe that'll help. But I've always found that just making tons of practice laps is kind of where I learned to get where I'm at. Wish I was on track with these guys tonight, because this is a pretty fun track. But yeah, so shout out to these guys out here giving it their all, that's for sure. It's a heck of a show to watch. This is why I like doing this broadcasting gig, because you get to watch some really fast guys, some really good racing. We're going to see some great battles on track tonight. I feel like these guys are showing really good speed. Putting these cars right on the edge. There's debris all over the track everywhere from all the off tracks. You can hear the gravel, you can see it. iRacing, I think, did a pretty good job with that. That gravel can get pretty slippery though. Jay Smart just ups his lap time as Travis does the same. So both of them running their best laps there that last lap. Jay's up to a 1:23.663. Travis got to a 1:24.042. Just under 0.4 of a second gap between the two. Travis has a personal best in Sector 1 so far this lap, so he's definitely improving the right way. Let's see what his Sector 2 time says. So he should be crossing the line here, down this straightaway here. A little bit of a slide there. Comes across Sector 2, not better for him, so let's see if he can make something up here in Sector 3 to get a little bit closer to Jay. This is, I have to get the name right, I apologize. It's Oschersleben is the name of the track. Actually called Motorsport Arena Oschersleben. It's in Germany, but it is a free track. Raced this track a good amount of times, and mainly like GR86s are pretty fun here to race. I know the series officials come here. I've done some GT3s here before in the past. So as we see, Travis got a little bit faster on that last lap, got to a 1:23.919, so it's two drivers now that have broken that 1:23 barrier. Tyler is 0.8 of a second off of Jay's pace right now for fastest lap in qualifying. We still have two drivers. We actually have another driver jumped in. Trevor Benz has joined in the 33. Let's see. Let's take a look at Trevor here. Random appearance by one of our league admins. Trevor's just an avid and very super fast oval racer. Oh, I think he was trying to get out of the way there of the 58, and they made contact. Practice makes perfect. But Trevor coming into the road course event, he's done some. here and there, but definitely giving it a shot tonight. Fun to see him on track. Got just under 5 minutes left of qualifying. Sorry. Oh, Trevor takes it for a ride, locks it down, keeps it off the wall. Back to pits. Get back out there, Trevor. Get them laps. So majority of the field has run almost 8-9 laps here through qualifying. Everybody's laying down the laps. Again, Jay still up front. 1:23.479 is his best lap, and it was his last lap by. Gained out that lead to Travis just a little bit again. Let's see if Travis does anything here. 1:24.4. No gain there. Kyle Heath did jump up to third with a 1:24.446. And then he's back in the pits. That may be all he's got for qualifying, but reasonable lap time there by the Eagle. Put it up to P3 currently on the standings. And Tyler's out there. Was P3 for the longest time, trying to put down a better lap time to try to gain on these top three. Because right now the top 10 are separated by just under 2.5 seconds. First to 10th, then we've got another 2-second gap back to 11th, and kind of spreads out on the back end of the field. As it looks like Trevor is coming back out on track, trying to get a lap. James Malloy looks to possibly just be. He hasn't run any laps. I don't know if he was staying. He said he may have to go tonight, so he may not be in the room anymore. But we'll see. So we may just have 15 racing tonight if Trevor stays as well. But we've got 14 cars currently that have registered times. We're under the 3-minute mark left of the session. Trevor's on his out lap. Trevor just got himself a rig and a seat for Christmas, so not racing from a desk anymore. Getting comfortable with that as he's just started racing with that. Dang it. I just said it too. Sorry. Here, I get it for you. Motorsport Arena Oschersleben is the name of the track. The Quaz. We watched Trevor do a little lawn mowing. They pay people to do that, Trevor. You don't have to do that, buddy. And currently, top of the board hasn't changed. Jay Smart still up at P1. Travis in second. Kyle in third. Tyler fourth. Matthias is fifth. Looks like he just had an off-track experience there. Reset to pits. Again, we've just got over a minute. We're just getting ready to hit the minute mark left in this session. So most of the guys are on pit road now. We've just got a few out on track. Probably won't see much change here at the end as I'm just kind of following along with the graphic here at the bottom. Trevor, oh no, overcorrects as it got loose on him. Gotta let them tires get warmed up. And then he resets back to pits. Tommy Thompson's out there. He just came across the stripe a moment ago. Looks like his lap time was still slower than his best. And session's got about 30 seconds left here. Joseph Klein is out on track. Running currently 7th in provisional qualifying standings here. Don't think these guys are going to have enough time to get back to the start-finish line to record a time. Yeah, everybody's still kind of 10 seconds left currently. So Jay Smart Congratulations on your first event with First Gear Racing GT3 Series. You get the pole for tonight's sprint race. Congratulations. And we're going to get the field all set up here. We'll pull up the grid. So again, Jay Smart, Travis Roberto, front row, Kyle Heath, Tyler Merritt, Matthias and James, row 3, Joseph and Kendall on row 4, Ben and Adam, row 5, Ben Summerford and Tommy Thompson, row 6, and then Mark Owlett, George Buck, row 7, James Malloy and Trevor Benz make up row 8. If I don't think James is here, so it might be Trevor by himself in row 8. Let's get to the race screen. Put up our track map. Let's change that best time to an interval. And then we'll see our gap between everybody there. And this should be one full pace lap. And then we'll go racing for 15 minutes for this sprint race. I want to give a shout out to all the drivers for coming out tonight. Looks like we're going to have 15 cars in the field for tonight's sprint event. Ought to be exciting. We'll see some hard racing, probably some off tracks, but we're going to see a lot of fast cars up front here battling for the sprint win, and then obviously in the feature race, the 45-minute feature after this with the inverted field. We'll see how, starting from the back with an inverted field, we'll play for these guys that finish well in this sprint race. And we'll have our one full pace lap. Just wanted to make sure that worked. Okay, good. Just clicking boxes now, I'm just having fun. Battles box, battle for first. Is everybody right now? We got a sector box that won't pop up yet. Cool, just wanted to check it, see how it was working. Looks like everything's working with the software good tonight. Out of the top 4, 3 of them are Porsches and 1 Acura up in those first 2 rows. After that, we've got a Corvette, Ferrari, McLaren, kind of a split mix-up in the middle of the pack. And the one lonely Ford we had was James, and he called it a night, it looks like. So, Ford's in the field tonight. Coming down the back straight here. Again, thank you all for coming along and watching with us tonight. Appreciate having you on board with us. Please, if you get a chance, give us a like, subscribe, and share. Spread the word. First Gear Network's trying to grow here as First Gear Racing going to be coming up on their 1-year anniversary here in February. And I think we got some special things coming to put together for the league as well. So that's going to be coming up here shortly. So we get through January into the beginning of February, we'll hit the 1-year anniversary for First Gear Racing. As the network's only been up for a couple months. So far, so good. Appreciate everybody being with us, coming on and watching these shows that we're putting on. And as the cars are coming out of the last corner, waiting for that green flag.
Green flag.
Green, green, green. Here we go. Travis gets a great jump on Jay. takes P1, clears them coming into 1. Oh, it's tough here in 2. Look at Tyler on the inside. Oh, they are 3 wide for the lead. Oh, not enough room. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Look at that. Oh, no, we're going to go 3 wide again. These guys are not done yet. Coming through the left-hander, Jay does get the position. Travis to second, Tyler to third. What a start to this race. Great driving by those guys. That could have wrecked the field. None of them did. Great job. Again, this is a 15-minute race. We're just a minute in. Should turn out to about, I'm gonna guess, 10, 11 laps. Great they were running in practice somewhere in that window. Depending on iRacing scores it with timing and all that. Jay's gotten out to a little bit of a lead here. It's Travis and Tyler and Kyle are battling hard for this second spot. Travis has it. Tyler and Kyle won it. That's giving Jay just a chance to kind of pull away. He's got a 2-second gap over second already. Shorter race. These guys have got to get it figured out. Who's going to go after him? Who's going to go battle? As really second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. They even add Matthias and James into that group there. All battling for second. It just shows how important that start was for those guys. That's why they were racing so hard, 3 wide. You get out in that clean air and you can run your line, your lap, not have to defend. It's so hard to catch somebody that has that clean air and can just stay consistent on these tracks. And these guys are having to worry about, okay, what's the guy behind me doing, or what's the guy in front of me doing? And really, it does slow you down just a little bit. These guys are showing it here is really clean racing. We've had looks like 2 cars crash. Let me go take a look here. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I heard that there was an issue for Mark and for George here. Let me go. It's just registering. Looks like nothing happened. I think the service is lying to me. I think there was a glitch in the matrix. Alright, so Travis has kind of stretched out that second place just a little bit. Kyle has gotten by Tyler for third. But Jay is stretched out. Oh no, we see a spin right there behind. And that was James in the Corvette. Actually saves it. Wow. Tires are going to be hot. But great save there by James. Loses some time to the field, but doesn't even lose a position with that slide. Heck of a save. Jay is out and gone. 3.6 second lead over Travis. Kyle in third, Tyler fourth. Matthias is in fifth. James in sixth. Joseph in seventh. Adam Lowe is in eighth. He's up 2 spots from where he started. So the top 7 are all where they qualified. Nobody's gained or lost any spots. Adam is the first one to gain. He's up 2 spots to 8th. Ben Groves is in 9th. That's where he started. Kendall Paul has dropped 2 spots from where he started. So him and Adam basically changed spots. Tommy Thompson up 1 to 11th. Trevor Benz up 4 spots to 12th. Great start for Trevor. Ben has lost 2 spots to 13th. George Buck is in 14th. That's where he started. And Mark has lost 2 spots to 15th in the field. So looking at close battles, looks like Kyle Heath is the closest to Travis here, just at about a half a second, 4/10 under braking. Looks like he had a good corner there to catch on some time there. As looks like Ben just got by Trevor. Trevor had an off track. Off track again for Trevor. He's not having any fun. Looks like he pulled over, let the rest of the guys go. Gets back on track. Come on, Trevor, you can do it, buddy. Ooh, Travis wide. Oh no, Tyler. Just push wide on him. Yep. I was just rewinding there just to see it, since we saw it in the background. Car. Oh, yep. Kind of a tank slapper. Came out there under braking and didn't want to stick. That's going to put Tyler back to 7th currently. You see Kyle is still right there. Travis. We're checking in with Tyler here as he is looking to pass Joseph. Get back to 6th and start moving his way back up after that slip up earlier in this lap. Right along with Captain Controller. All the gravel and debris getting thrown at him. Aggressive. Really working that wheel with his thumb. I say wheel, but he's really working the joystick. So smooth. Oh, under braking here. This is where it got him last lap. Much more tidy. There we go, under the inside of Joseph. Get down the straightaway. We're coming up to a left-hander, though. He's going to have the outside line. That's not the preferred line. Going to try the crossover. Joseph closes the door. Says, nope, you can have the outside if you want it. That's what you're going to get. Great driving. Some really good racing. Looks like just an update. Trevor Benz is on pit road. Bad luck continues for the 33, but he didn't get a lot of practice. Again, just he's still gaining a lot of experience in road racing. So hopefully he gets back on track, get some laps. As we see, Tyler's got in that 6th spot. Looks like Adam Lowe got by Joseph too during that exchange. As we go back up here to the front, another close battle. Take it with Kyle Heath here as him and Travis are battling for the 2nd. I mean, Jay is stretched out to a 6-second lead. He is just gone. I don't know what else can be done here by these guys to try to. Looks like Travis is running fast enough laps to stay ahead of Kyle. Kyle just doesn't have the position to really overtake. He's definitely faster, but I think he's just getting bogged down kind of in the corners a little bit where they're pretty even. And if you can't get a good drive off on corner exit or get a dive in on corner entry, it's really hard to pass when somebody's that equal to you in speed. Let's see what he does coming here to the right-hander. Maybe waiting. Just keep putting your nose there, waiting for maybe Travis to make a mistake instead of over pushing and having contact or something like that happen. You just try to, hey, I'm here. Keep that driver in front of you guessing. But a heck of a battle. It's our closest battle on track right now for position. It is so close between these two. Again, for the sprint race format, it's a shorter event. Obviously, we've got just under 4 minutes left. Points are split just for the top 10 positions, with first getting 20, and then basically 2 points lower for every spot, all the way down to 10th place will get 2 points. So, like I said at the beginning, there is a separate championship for that will be decided for just sprint race champion, and then a feature race champion, and then an overall champion, which, as I was saying at the beginning of the show, Kyle Heath has a 50-point lead in the overall points championship, the one that's tracked individually or separately in our SimRacer Hub app, and then we'll deduct the 2 separate series at as we get closer to the end of the year to see where everybody stands in the sprint and the feature alone. But here we go, side by side. Woo! Some close racing. We kind of go back here. Looks like I don't want to take us away from that battle alone, but here we go for 9th. Ben Groves and Kendall Paul, 9th and 10th. Kendall's knocking on that door. And then also, just a little bit further behind them for 11th, Tommy Thompson and Ben Summerford. Ben's knocking on the door. Just under 2.5 minutes left. So back up front, Jay Smart checked out, 8.5 second gap. Second's Travis, battling with Kyle, still battling hard, side by side down the front stretch. And to the left, to the right, this was where Kyle might get him. Does Travis get room to get underneath? No, he doesn't. All right, Kyle gets to second, Travis back to third, and Matthias has caught both of them a little bit here, and he's running fourth. Still with a minute and a half left to go here. Maybe a spot there to get. James is out by about 6-7 seconds behind Matthias for fourth, but he's got Tyler, who again had a spin off turn 1 earlier, trying to make up as much as he can. Ooh. Driving that Acura for all it's worth. Controller King. Great drive. Joseph Klein. 7th. Adam Lowe, 8th. There's Ben Groves. Kendall Paul. So Ben's kind of gotten back out in front of Kendall just a little bit. And then Tommy staying in front of Ben for 11th and 12th. George Buck. Is McLaren all kind of alone in 13th. And then Mark is running 14th. And then Trevor is in the pits. 15th. So again, right now, final points would go to Kendall Paul. Doesn't look like anybody's going to catch him to change that unless he has somebody has an off track or something up here in the top 10. There's 2 more points right there in front of him. He's trying to get to it. We got the last 30 seconds of the sprint race here. Back to Jay Smart up here up front. Coming up on the 80 of Mark Owlett. I think he's going to cross the line here and finish the race this lap, so I don't know. He may catch Mark before that. He's got a couple right-handers to go here. Mark's going to yield off into the gravel. And yep, checker flag is out. Jay Smart is going to win tonight's sprint race in GT3 series. Get to start last for the feature. Kyle Heath going to come home second, throwing some gravel at the boys. Travis third, Matthias fourth. Looks like James is going to come home fifth. Tyler's going to get sixth. Adam's going to get 7th, Joseph 8th, Ben's going to get 9th, Kendall 10th. Those are your points paying spots for the sprint race. Tommy's 11th, Ben 12th, George 13th, and Mark finishes P14. I appreciate it, Thomas. Thank you very much. Like I was saying earlier, First Gear Racing's been together we formed this back in February last year. First couple seasons of racing we did, we only broadcasted our Saturday nights, but we paid somebody to do it. Didn't have the experiences that we liked, and then from being in prior leagues even before that, just some people just, I don't know, you feel like you're paying for a service, or you pay somebody, you just don't get maybe what you're expecting. So when we decided to create First Gear Network, it was mainly for that purpose. Trying to do something a little bit better. So thank you for the kind words. I'm going to check the waiting room. Looks like Jay is in the waiting room, so let's get him moved up here. Jay, it's Jason in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Jason. My name is also Jason.
Hey, Jason. Jason and Jason show here. So, new to the league, just joined today. First race with us. Heck of a start and heck of a drive there for winning that sprint race. Great job.
Oh, thanks. So appreciate it. Appreciate you guys having me here. I just I thought I knew this track, but apparently I do not when I got into practice. So I was pretty happy I could come to speed pretty quickly. Luckily, it's not too long of a difficult track to learn. So yeah, got up to speed, had a good race. We had a good little battle, I think, at the beginning of it. But luckily made out of that unscathed.
Yeah, heck of a battle. That 3 wide stuff was crazy. That was the
yeah.
most exciting first lap and a half I can remember for a GT3 race in a minute with what you guys were doing up there.
Luckily the GT3s can take a little bump in too, so it worked out.
Yeah, that was fun to watch. So, just real quick, how long have you been doing iRacing and GT3 racing?
I got into sim racing during COVID, so 2020, and I think I've been on iRacing maybe 2 years or so. Probably got into GT racing maybe a year or so ago. I was originally more proficient in like open wheelers and high downforce cars and stuff. I actually got into iRacing. I raced the W12, the F1 car.
Oh, okay.
Had to learn everything new basically to get into GT3s. Still learning, constantly learning.
Well, absolutely. Well, with the experience that you have and what you've shown on track already, just so I don't know how aware you are of the rules, but the field does get inverted for the feature race. So you'll be starting dead last. But good luck to you in that. Again, congratulations on the sprint win. And hopefully I talked to the top 3 after the feature, so hopefully I'll be talking to you afterwards. Okay, Jason?
Okay. Yeah, thanks. I got to figure out where pit entry is now.
All right, man. Good luck.
All right, thanks.
Yep. All right, well, that's Jay Smart. Jason. He says his name's Jason, too, so we got another Jason in here. I'm not alone. But he won the sprint 9.5 seconds. Just awesome. Well done. I'm going to pull those up if they'll show. There we go. Yeah, no, almost 10 seconds. 9.9 second win over Kyle Heath, who got ahead of Travis there with a couple laps left. Matthias 4th, James 5th, Tyler 6th. Adam 7th, Joseph 8th, Ben 9th, Kendale 10th, Tommy 11th, Ben Summerford 12th, George 13th, Mark 14th, Trevor 15th. James did not race the event, and we did end up racing 11 laps. I was pretty close on my guess there of 10-11. That's what I thought it would work out to, so good to see that I can still crunch some numbers every once in a while. And we'll get that cleared back out. And right now it's just our warm-up session. It's kind of a break in between the sprint and the feature. We have a couple cars on track. We've just got a minute, just over a minute left before we get going here again. Yeah, Kyle, that boy is fast as blank. Beep. Oh no, Ben's in here booing Jay. Uh-oh. Not allowed to boo anybody named Chase and Ben. It's not allowed. Now that there's two of us, I have to be there for my named brethren. Looks like practice is just going to wrap up here. We're going to get our field set. Again, inverted order from the results of the sprint race will be our lineup for the feature. It is a 45-minute race. Will require just long enough of a race. It does require a pit stop for fuel. Optional on the tires, depending on how the car is driving. And we only have a minute here for everybody to get seated in their cars. Once it swaps the room here, we'll pop up the grid as soon as it wants to show it. Let's try it again. There we go. So currently it's going to show James and Trevor on the front row. Again, James isn't here. I'm not certain if Trevor is still here. I don't think he is, so front row will ignore that. So we'll just click this one down. Mark Owlett and George Buck, row 1. Ben and Tommy, row 2. Kendale Paul, Ben Groves, row 3. Joseph Klein, Adam Loeb, row 4. Tyler and James, row 5. Matthias and Travis, row 6. And then Kyle and Jay, row 7. Back to our race standings here. Turn that track map back on. There we go. Sure, there's the pace car. All right. Here we go, one full pace lap, and then we'll be racing for 45 minutes straight for our feature event. Looks like George Buck is going off track, maybe going to the back, maybe ask for an EOL possibly. Not 100% certain on that. I'm gonna have to guess that one. That's my guess. I'm gonna stick with it. So that'll move the what you want to call it, the outside row up one. Yep, I just heard it over the radios. George asking for an EOL. I got you, George. Sorry, guys, had to do a little adminning there. Try not to get involved when I'm broadcasting, but nobody had him set to do that. So Edwin's not in the race tonight. He usually runs the GT3 series, and he couldn't make it back from in time to race tonight. So he's traveling back from Georgia back home to North Carolina. So he's still on the road. Hopefully safe, gets home okay. Sounds like Mark's giving his obligatory, I'm not going to hold you up, I'll try to stay out of the way, don't run me over speech. Mark, just send it. Come on, Mark. You're up front. Send it. Sorry, I'm a race fan at the same time. Hopefully that doesn't... I try to stay as unbiased with everybody. I like watching everybody. I cheer for everybody. But I love it because Mark, when he gets to start up near the front, usually on these inverted fields, he's the first to kind of get on the radio and say, oh, just slow down, get out of the way, don't run over me kind of thing. I want to see him send it. I want to see him battle. Come on, Mark. Show us what you got. All right, pace car's off. Come around the final turn here. So much gravel and dust on the track. It's crazy.
Green flag.
Green flag is out, and here we go. I don't think we'll see a 3 wide. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Mark does get clear of Tommy. Gets to enter into turn 1 all by his lonesome and overdrive the corner. That's going to put him back. Tommy overdrives the corner too. They enter the track back here. Oof. I think the one that got held up the most by that was Kendall. Nowhere to really go. Oh no. Kyle Heath. Oh, we're beating and banging here, boys. Let's go back real quick. Just take a look at that. Oh, maybe some contact there with the 32. Or just got loose. Alright, so far, biggest gainers. Jason said, I'm going to win the race. And then before we're even done with lap 1, I'm going to be in the top 5. They are battling hard up here. Oh no! What happened with Ben Groves here? Gets a bump out into the gravel, turns down into Travis. Oh, hard hit. Ah, darn it. He's back and going, but he is well behind the pack currently. Tough break for the 37 there. Ben's off track. Oh! He gets back on here. Looks like no harm, no foul. New leader, Adam Lowe. He's got James Rep right behind him. And then right behind them is Tyler and Jay. This is going to be a tight battle here as Jay started dead last, shotgun to the field. He's already up to P4 and running them down here. Now look at that. So James gets by Adam for the lead. And this is a long race. We're 2.5 minutes, almost 3 minutes in. Oh no, no, no! The Corvette gets loose under braking, and he's back side by side with Adam. Ooh, Tyler can't decide what he wants to do here. The field is glitching. Scoreboard is tripping out here. Oh no, contact. Still not getting an update on the field. I don't know why it's passing the field through like this. It should clear itself up after everybody crosses the line. We're still waiting for the 37 and 32 to cross, I believe. Oh no! And nobody wants the lead. Adam gets loose. I don't think anything happened there. I think this was no contact. This was, yeah, come out a little wide. Got in the dirt. So my system is scoring. Okay, there we go. Ben just crossed the line, so that finally gets that corrected. The field is back up. Oh no, we've got more carnage. What is going on here? Jay went off track too. We've got off tracks everywhere. James Rep underneath. Oh, into the bumper, turning. Oh, keep it off the wall. Just a little scratch. He's back going. And then James went off track himself. Matthias on the inside, gets inside. Oh, hard hit. That Corvette loses its bumper and can't turn. Locks it up. Man. I've got another one. It's like Ben Summerford is getting marked for a crash. I'm not sure if it happened or not because it tricks. He just came off pit road. Oh, it probably just triggered because he slowed up hard for that right-hander. Be my guess. This is even Tyler Merritt has an off track. Oh, shoots wide, wide, wide. And he's leading this thing. Alright, so let's recap the field here real quick while we've got just a moment where maybe we don't have any heavy off track. So Tyler is in the lead. Joseph Klein is running second. Travis Roberto running third. He has a little bit of damage on his front bumper. Kyle Heath is running fourth. Then you have a gap back to Kendall Paul, who again, after that initial start of the race, he was still kind of way back in the pack, running almost last, and he has worked his way up to fifth. Staying out of trouble here, it looks like. Adam Lowe led for a moment, gave it up. Jay, who has started in the back, worked his way to the front, had contact with the Corvette of James Rep, and spun, actually in that corner I believe it was, that we're at now, got back going and is working his way back up to sixth. Matthias was involved with an incident with James and kind of got glued together when they had contact, and I see some damage on the front of his car, but overall doesn't look terrible. Seems to be at least driving somewhat okay. It's always hard to manage because it looks like that right front tire. Yeah, the right front's bent in pretty hard. That tire's showing. I think the left front might be leaning in a little bit more than what we'd expect. Tommy Thompson is running 9th. George Buck 10th after taking an EOL to start the race. Mark, after starting on pole, back to 11th. Ben Groves is in 12th. Ben Summerford is currently one lap down after some incident and coming to pit road early. And James is, it's not showing him on pit road, so he might have left for the night after that incident. That would be my guess. I'm not certain on that one, but it's not showing him on pit road, so it usually means they've left for the night. So get back up here to the front. Tyler's got a 3.5 second lead as Travis, Kyle, and Joseph battling here for second, third, and fourth. Just had a pass. Mark got by George for 10th. Sorry, just had to step away there for a second. We gotta, oh, just as soon as I get back. Both cars spin here between Travis and Kyle. Oh man, this has been crazy. Let's go back to that one. See if it'll allow me to. And then let's go to a different camera shot here. I just want to see if it helps me see. Kyle kind of got in there deep. Travis went to close the door, make the corner. Definitely contact. Alright, these boys are racing hard. Before that, I was getting ready to go back to, looks like Ben told me he crashed. It's just another off. It just doesn't want to race the pit road, I guess. The system is being finicky. So Ben Groves has made a pit stop. Ben Summerbird and James Rep is still on pit road. Yeah, he's left. He had to have. It's just not showing it. It shows him out. Yep, he's out. Okay. Fastest lap of the race was just turned by Jay Smart. He's up to P2 after all this craziness. He's got 6.7 seconds to make up on Tyler Merritt if he's going to catch him. But he is gaining. Joseph Klein running in third. He's got Travis and Kendall right behind him. The sprint race was exciting, mind you, and had some really crazy battles there early on, but we've seen some crazy contact and spin-offs, and the field is really spread out as we've got 11 cars on the lead lap. We have one car out. 53 of James Rep is retired. I'm going to get 14th tonight. The Benz, oh! As we see, oh no, we see more damage from more cars. The carnage is not stopping here, folks. Dale comes around. Oh, Kyle tries to undercut the spin. Oh, and then Adam gets a hit on the back. Oh my goodness. Oh, this has been crazy. This has been crazy. Alright, so let's get back up to the racing here. Travis just got by Joseph. Oh, Joseph is spinning. What is going on here? Let's rewind that real quick. Battle side by side. Oh, maybe a little loose, a little tap. Joseph is back going. Jay is making up time. He is up to, looks like George Buck has just hit pit road. Mark Owlett hitting pit road. We are just over 14 minutes into this race. Both of those cars are going a lap down currently. Jay is down to a 4.6 second gap to first. Catching Tyler here, so he's coming. Running some fast laps. I mean, the difference between Jay's last lap was a 1:23.96. Travis just ran a 1:26.54 in third, so Travis just lost almost 3 seconds to Jay just on that last lap. And the gap between those two is almost 9.5 seconds, or currently just went over 9.5 seconds between second and third. The field is spread out now. Nobody really close to each other, except Adam Lowe is close on Joseph Klein, as these guys have had some runoffs and wipeouts and everything else. Tire wear could be some of it. Usually these tires hold up pretty well at most of the tracks we go to where it's not always even an option to where you have to take tires when you get fuel. I don't know about specifically this track. I didn't get to test it ahead of time, but at least from the speeds we were seeing in that sprint race, I really don't think tire wear should be. We just basically hit the 15. We're getting ready to hit the 16-minute mark. So this is basically how long we ran that sprint race. Didn't seem like the times were really falling off hard there. It's just about how much you want to attack the corners. As the fuel gets lighter, the car carries more speed, seems to hold better, but then obviously you have the transfer of weight. Or at this track with these corners might be a little bit more difficult, so we'll see how everybody adapts to it, as it looks like Tyler must have had something happen here because he just lost another second. I don't see anything, but he was at 4.2 gap on Jay, and now it's 3.1. Kyle, he says, no more Mr. Nice Guy. He's putting it on the record. Closest battle for position right now is going to be, it's like Ben and Mark battling. So Mark Owlett, Ben Groves battling for 9th and 10th. That's our closest battle on track. Again, those cars, Mark, Ben Groves, Ben Summerford, George Buck, have all hit pit road. So is Kyle Heath. So Kyle's back to 13th out. Hit pit road and called it a day, it looks like. And as we can see here on the camera, we're down to under 2 second gap between first and second. Jason Smart is coming. Can Captain Controller get this Acura to stay out in front of that Porsche? Because that Porsche is coming fast. Once was a 6.8 second gap, is now down to 1.8 seconds. And they have a combined from second to third, a 13-second gap back to Travis. In third, Matthias is 19 seconds back from the lead. In fourth, Kendall is in fifth, 25 seconds back. Adam Lowe's in sixth, 31, almost 32 seconds back. Joseph Klein in seventh, 38 seconds back. Tommy Thompson is running eighth in the 7 car. He's a minute and 3 seconds back. So he's one of the next cars that could go down a lap, but there's some lap down cars kind of in between the 7 and the leader of the 38 and the 38 here. So, oh, there's an off track for George Buck. He's stayed off the track there, let the leaders get by. George jumped to pits. Gonna go ahead and get a tow back. So attrition taking its toll here. Still surprised that the Eagle exited the race. I don't know, with having a fast repair, I mean, and still having to make a pit stop, it's still viable. That one pit stop usually gets you enough fuel to make it the rest of the way no matter when you pit. The fixed setup does not load with a full tank of gas, which is why it does require a pit stop for a 45-minute race. So I'm not certain if he just had enough and decided to call it a night, or there is a disqualify limit for incident points in this series, so that could be, I don't know what happened there. So Tyler Tyler kind of misses that last corner. Gives Jay a really good run to catch up to him here. We're going to ride along here. Battle for the lead. Just started our 15th lap of the race. Almost halfway through the event. 20 minutes down. Just under 25 minutes left to go. Yeah, the top 8 on track have not been on pit road at all, so we know they're going to have to stop. The cars that pitted early for damage repairs and such may not have to stop again for fuel. We'll see how the tire wear holds up though. That's going to be the unknown. Don't really know what the tire wear is going to work out to here. Got to him, but it's a different thing to make a pass, so now he's got to wait for the right move here, the right opening to get a run on corner exit, maybe a drive in on corner entry, but it's really risky on corner entry unless somebody gives you the position to keep from having contact or something like that happens. So Jason's being patient. He's made up a lot of time. He knows he's got a fast car. Looks to the inside, gets the 38 to push up just a hair on entry, but he slows it down and gets a good corner exit there. Battle of the purple cars. Let's see, by Ben there. Looks like Ben heading off track. Damage. Joseph Klein just entered pit road, so we're at that halfway mark, 22 minutes and 30 seconds, so 10 more seconds is halfway. So this is the best time to split it if you want to split it down the middle to make those pit stops. So we see the 14 on pit road currently in this battle. We're going to stick with this for you guys. This is the closest battle on track for position, and this is the battle for the lead between Tyler Merritt and Jay Smart. Jay gets a good run on corner exit there, but has to look to the outside, coming into the sweeping left, into the braking right. So we'll see who slows down first. Wow, side-by-side contact. Oh, no! Oh, Tyler doesn't like what happened there. Stops the car, lets Jay get going. Fair enough. Good racing. That was one of those contacts that shoots the car sideways. I hate when iRacing causes that to happen. Just the cars get totally loose from banging side to side, which really shouldn't happen. Yeah, I agree, Thomas. I believe he was being patient there, waiting, and he got a good run and made that right move, and then they had a good side-by-side. I'm proud to see that Tyler held up there after that contact, because that was just good side-by-side racing. Good on Tyler, and hopefully him and Jay can continue to race here for this lead and possibly this win. So currently, now with that pass made, looks like Adam and Kendall are battling for 5th and 6th. This is 4th position. Kendall still driving without a front nose on that car. Looks like a darn modified McLaren's. Never seen one of those before. That is something different. Like Adam's being patient as well. I can tell you that he's come from a good bit back to catch Kendall, which makes sense. That front end is just a sail on that car, and he's doing really good keeping it up here. He's hitting pit road. Says, give me that fast repair and probably some tires and fuel, and we'll watch his pit stop here and see. Comes up the hill here, down to his pit stall. Conway Critty says, Jay cheats, he's using 3K pedals. Hey, that's 3K pedals or 3K pedals. That's the price to pay to be fast, right? I don't know if it's cheating, but it's when you got a lot of money invested in your rig, hopefully it pays off on the track. All right, we got fresh tires, fuel, and a fast repair for Kendall. Is he going to come off pit road here after his service? Currently scored P6. And Kendall crashed. That's what it told me. I don't see it, but it's been doing this to me on people on pit road. So he makes the hard right. It said he crashed there, and then he slows up because he don't want to come on track with a car right there. Okay. Nothing wrong there. No wrecks, no issues. All right, so Tyler has hit pit road for his stop. Gives up second place to make this stop. Adam Lowe is hitting pit road as well. My software is going nuts. It's telling me these guys are crashing. It's nuts. It's just, I don't get it. It also tells me that Tyler crashed earlier, so let's make sure I'm seeing what I'm seeing here. Off track into the cones. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Ooh, he did. Okay. So it's time for tires. Now he's got his service. He's coming back on track. Currently running in 4th place. Adam Lowe is going to be doing the same thing. He's just finishing up his pit stop, exiting pit road. And as we see, Jay still passing by pit road. Said, not for me, not yet. Hey, James. I thought I recognized that matched your Discord tag. So, yep. All right. Well, good to have you in here with us. Glad to have you in the league and racing tonight in your first event. Sorry it didn't go as well as you'd expected or wanted to, but glad to have you here and appreciate you joining. Thanks for running the Corvette too. It was nice to see a Corvette on track. We had a lot of them when the Corvette first came out, and they've kind of dwindled away as guys have been changing cars up, and we got more cars coming in. And so the Corvettes are kind of dwindled a little bit. So. Check back here. So Matthias still hasn't made his pit stop. He's currently scored second, 15 seconds behind Jay for the lead. Still has that damage from lap 1 contact on the right front of his bumper there. Dylan says, I know Jay, I like him even though he's a Lewis Hamilton fan. Let's not start that battle in here. No, I'm just kidding. Nothing wrong with Lewis Hamilton. But I get it. It's an acquired taste for some and not for others. It's okay. Matthias is hitting pit road. It's going to alert. Jay went off track. Uh-oh. That's something to add a little bit of time here. Overdrove just a bit. Looks like Kendall kind of followed him over there. It's back on track. Gets things going. All right, so everybody's had some form of trouble this race. I will confirm that. So now we just wait and see. Looks like it's just down to Jay is the only car that hasn't pitted yet. From what I can tell. Travis just gets by Matthias for second while Matthias is on pit road. Everybody has made one stop. George Buck has made 2, and that second one was to go out of the race. So George, Buck, Kyle Heath, James, Rep are all out of the race, 12th, 13th, 14th respectively. We have 11 cars still in the field. 11th place, Ben Summerford is 2 laps down. And then we have Mark Owlett in 10th, 2 laps down. Ben Groves is currently 9th, 1 lap down. Tommy Thompson, 8th, 1 lap down. Joseph Klein, 7th, 1 lap down. And looks like I've got crash alerts. I'm guessing it's just the off pit road stuff, but we'll double check here real quick. Yep, it's just the off pit road stuff. Software's triggering. There's Kendall Paul running 6th. Adam Loeb running 5th. TS is running 4th currently. Tyler Merritt is in 3rd. Travis Roberto is in 2nd. And then Jay Smart, staying on track, has not hit pit road yet. He has a 49-second lead on the field. He does have to pit. So pit times, well, at least from what I'm seeing in my timing and scoring, pit stops alone should be right around 21, 22 seconds, somewhere in that range. I've seen a couple shorter ones, maybe for fuel only. But pit lane on and off was around 40 seconds even for that car, so we might have a lead change here, possibly. We'll see. All right, Jay is hitting pit road here, the 31-minute mark of the race. And Travis is getting ready to come onto the back stretch. The car does not go up in the air, so Jay is just doing fuel only here. And with fuel, he should be released here very shortly. Shouldn't take nearly as long. Not sure. Last corner. Travis is coming to the last corner right now. Jay is still on pit road, just gets released. Travis is on the front stretch. It's gonna be Travis taking the lead from Jay here. There's Jay coming off pit road. Gonna hit the cone here, and then now he is good to go. So our gap is 5.1, 5.2 seconds with under 13 minutes to go of the race. Both those cars, from what I can tell, at least based off pit stop times, did not take fuel. Jay's pit stop was long. I'm not sure why it was so much longer, but he gave up some time there. Thank you, Dylan. Appreciate it. More than welcome to join if you'd like. We are always recruiting. We're trying to grow. We're trying to do more and more every season and bring multiple series and options to our membership, our community, as we like to call it. There's a bunch of guys like to race. And cheers from Saskatchewan, Canada. Cheers to you, friend. Happy New Year. Again, appreciate you guys watching, supporting First Gear Racing in our GT3 series tonight. Our drivers have put on a heck of a show. This will be a replay for the ages. Right now that gap is 4.6, 4.7. I don't think Jay is making up enough just yet on Travis to say that he can get to him, but we'll keep an eye on that timing as we see this gap, just kind of monitor it between these two. Right now we don't have any real close battles on track for position. Our closest one currently would be between, looks like, 7th and 6th. Kendall and Joseph are just 2 seconds apart, battling for 6th and 7th. Right now, after everybody has made a pit stop, top 7 are on the lead lap. 8th, on back. 8th to 11th are all 1 lap down. Right now, Travis has a 4.1 second lead, so Jay is nibbing into it here a little bit. Travis just ran a 124.5, Jay a 123.8, 0.7 of a second faster that lap Jay was than Travis. Tyler 124.6, Matthias 124.5. It's going to be his best lap of the race for the 4th place car there, the 77. That's his fastest lap recorded of the event. Tommy Thompson just runs his best lap of 127.908. You can tell on the track map over here on the right, we've got cars all over this track pretty much. It's crazy. And our gap is still 4.1, 4.2, so it looks like Travis and Jay are closer on their lap times this lap. We'll see when they cross the line. Travis is coming around that final corner, right out to the gravel. That was close. Jay may gain a little bit here as he makes a great exit out of that last corner. He makes up 0.3 right there. 125.2, 124.9, 0.3 faster. All basically made up right there in that last corner by Jay. Coming to that front stretch. Making that corner work for him to gain this time on Travis as we're at the 8-minute mark coming up right now. 8 minutes left in this race. 3.8 second gap between first and second. Tyler's trying to stick with it as well as he's only 8 seconds back of the lead. Those top three kind of got gaps of 4 seconds between each position, first all the way through fourth. And then a bigger gap of 28 seconds between fourth and fifth. We still got a close battle within a second and a half between Joseph Klein and Kendall Paul for 6th and 7th. Something about this last corner, Jay, he didn't get it that time, but he had made up kind of throughout the lap there. 124.5 for Travis, 124.0. A half a second faster Jay was that time, 124.7 for Tyler. Tyler gave up a little bit to both of them there. 124.7 for Matthias as well. Just great racing. Now that you brought up that Jay's a Lewis Hamilton fan, I'm looking in his rearview mirror here and I can see that that helmet. It all makes sense now. I see it. Got some off tracks. Looks like Ben Grove may have had an issue. Here. Oh, got the turtles. Oh, couldn't get it to whoa up in time. That happens. That's a tough hit on those turtles. Travis out there shooting gravel. He's giving up some time here. It is under 2 seconds. I didn't get a mark for off track there, but that lap time of 125.6 to a 124.3, that's 1.3 seconds lost in that lap. 124.4 for Matthias. He is still trying, but that gap between first and second is down a good bit, and we're coming to the 5-minute mark. We're going to be keep the show right here as we watch this battle for first and second. Again, no other real close battles for position on track currently. Cars kind of colliding together here in this part of the group. There's Mark Ouellette's right here in front of the leader. As Travis is coming up on him. He's given up another 4/10 this lap so far to Jay. Jay's only, I mean, he's 1.5 seconds back, but he's in the camera shot. He is a lot closer than he's been. He is running consistent lap times and closing in ever so bit. And Mark, oh, Travis catches Mark at a bad spot there in that corner. Looks like Mark tries to hold up, get out of the way. Doesn't want to affect the outcome of this race for the leaders, so. All right, across the line, 125 flat for Travis, 124.0 for Jay. He made up a whole second there. This is going to be a tough battle. It looks like Travis a little wide there maybe. Jay did the same thing, so maybe that's just better corner exit to make that next little right-hander there. That interval is just under a second, 9/10, 8/10, 7/10. Jay's getting him in braking. Travis is trying to pull back away under acceleration. Go to the gearbox. Right along with the back. Travis here in the lead. Ben, I know, right? Bringing guys in and you get meatballs, man. Just look at that closing rate on corner entry. Jay is able to really dive it in a lot further. You're 6/10 of a second there. Just a few car lengths with under 3 minutes to go. We could be looking at maybe 2-3 laps left of this race. And these guys are here. They're as close as it gets. Look at that. That closing rate on corner entry. Travis is doing everything he can on corner exit. He's trying not to overdrive the corner. Jay is entering the corner so much deeper. There he pushed up just a little bit. Gives up a little bit of time. Patience only lasts so long in racing. As you run out of time, you run out of laps. Patience gets thinner and thinner, and you start to try, okay, what do I got to do to make this up? And drive in harder and harder and hope the tires agree. It's kind of what I'm seeing right now as again, I don't believe, oh, wow, what a gain through there. But both of these guys, from what I can tell, did not take tires. You only stop for them on their pit stop. So these tires are a little hot, a little worn. You gotta ask them to perform one or two more laps here, depending on how this works out. Gravel everywhere. All right, into this last corner, we're gonna see who gets the drive off corner exit. Travis does. And across the stripe with like 1:20 to go, so it might make him do another lap. I don't know. Why isn't it changing? Here we go. Here for a second. Uh-oh, Travis a little wide. Gets it back under. Gets a good angle for corner exit though. I think that's working for him, but here, man, it is not. That section right there is not been good for Travis in the gaining time away from Jay. Will do, Thomas, will do. What a battle. All right, last corner. This is the checker. This is the battle for the win. Time has run out. Travis Roberto across the stripe right at the 45-minute mark is going to win. Jay gets second, so close. Tyler is going to come home third. Matthias is going to come home fourth tonight. Great run. Adam Lowe looks to be comfortably, maybe not comfortably. That car was uneasy right there. Comfortably in fifth. He's just got to get to the stripe. Looks like Mark Outlet, Ben Summerford, lap down cars have already crossed the stripe, 9th and 10th. So we're just waiting on Adam in 5th, Kendall in 6th, Joseph in 7th, and Tommy Thompson in 8th to finish out this field. What a great race by these guys. Top 3, if you're listening, if you're paying attention. Travis, Jay, Tyler, let's see you guys in the interview room, in the waiting room. I will pull you guys in. We'll do a little talk about your night. And what a heck of a race. Heck of a drive by these guys. That was fun. That was absolute fun. And then I think it's just Joseph needs to come across the line, flashing the lights. There we go. All right. Boom. Show the results for tonight's race. I can't believe it. What a heck of an event. Again, thank you all for watching this with us. Jay took a full tank, it sounds like. That's probably why his pit stop was longer. He didn't shorten that thing down a little bit. That was awesome, though. That was fun. So looks like we're getting the guys in the booth. Let's go ahead and get things set up here for interviews. I'm going to just run it back just a hair here. I apologize as we get things lined up for our finishers. Just going to rewind just a little bit here. All right, there's that. And then we will pull in our third place finisher, Tyler Merritt. Let's get him in here. There we go. Tyler, it's Jason in the booth. You got a copy?
I do.
Hey, Tyler, congratulations. P3 tonight in the feature. Tell us, man, how did tonight's race go for you, and what was the tough parts? What was the biggest challenge for you tonight?
It was that lift off a rooster snapped the Acura has that I did not know was bad to tonight.
Yeah.
I'm still used to running the Porsche, so wasn't a fun experience. Man, I got a question though. Was I blanking that bad tonight or what?
I didn't see much on my end. I don't have that report screen up when I'm broadcasting, but there was a couple times I was watching. I did see you blink, but it.
Well, I'm asking because my latency was it would jump up to 600 for a minute or two, then go back down. It's an iRacing thing. I don't know if it's on my end or not. It's annoying because this is the only thing that does it.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But yeah, I'm just happy with the top 3 after everything that happened, man. But I feel like if I didn't have either of those 3 spins in the feature, I could have won. Because I mean, you saw how much I caught back Jay once he pitted. I think it was like 50 seconds, and I was like, yeah. I said, especially if I didn't have a spin, they gave me a meatball. I said I've been fine, because when I hit the wall exiting pits, I got a alignment damage thing, and I don't know how much you've raced since the update. That alignment damage is it's a run killer.
Yeah, yep.
I say it makes the car even tighter, because I've been running rallycross lately, and that's death zones right there.
Yeah, I
But
gotcha. Yeah, that's I've done a little bit where I actually had that happen to me, and it's a killer for getting the car to really make good runs when that alignment's out like that. But still a heck of a
yeah.
drive, really good drive. We had Thomas in the chat tonight, and he told me that if I interviewed you, to make sure that he said that you should have drive her faster. He wanted to make sure you knew that.
That sounds like Thomas. That
Yep.
sounds like Thomas. Yeah.
But he was
Yeah,
riding
that's
along in chat during the race and rooting for you. And we were really
yeah,
excited in
that's
that sprint race where you guys were all three wide. That was some crazy racing. That was fun to
oh,
watch.
that was a. I was like, I'm fixing to spin one of these guys accidentally because I was in the middle, and I think I could have held the lead if it was for I said the Acura just understeers. I figured out how to get it to trail brake right to get the weight to shift to where it's not on the front tires,
Yeah,
And I still haven't figured that out yet.
gotcha.
But I mean, hey, third place on a controller, I'm happy.
Yeah, you're
'Cause,
you're kicking some butt on
two
that
of the
controller. You're doing
guys,
good.
yeah, two of the guys were like, "Who's on a controller?" I'm like, "Me, me, waving my hand, me."
Me, just me.
But yeah. But I can't wait to go back and watch the broadcast. I'm sure you did a good job tonight. I just want to thank Wizards Products, Wizards, for being a great sponsor for me. It's that little monthly income is nice. It's from my subscription and much more. And I want to thank again Elliott Salary Sports for bringing me on. Those guys have been a lot good help for road because they're actually helping me. We're gonna do Daytona 24 this year, and I still can't decide if I'm gonna run the LMP2 with them or the Porsche GT3, and I can't wait for that can't wait for that in about 2 weeks.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate you. Great racing tonight. We go to Monza next week. Tell me, are you excited about that?
I be honest with you, I haven't driven Monza in a couple months. It will be interesting.
Yeah, it should be a heck of a
My
show, I
first
think.
experience there wasn't a pleasant experience. Got killed lap 3 by a Porsche Cup car when I did my first endurance race. So I got killed lap 3.
Oh, jeez.
But I can't wait for next week. Saturday we're going to the Roval, right?
Yes,
Is
this
the Roval?
Saturday is the Roval. Yes, sir.
I will make sure I show for that because I'm actually decent at the Roval. So I'm hoping to go kick some butt Saturday night.
Well, we will see you Saturday night at the Roval, and then we'll see you again next week, Wednesday night at Monza. Again, congratulations on the P3, and Happy New Year, and I hope you have a great night, bud.
All right, you too, man. Take it easy.
Thank you. All right, so now we're going to go and get our P2 finisher up here. Let's get Jason up here. Jason, it's Jason in the booth. You got a copy?
How's it going?
It's going, man. Heck of a drive. This feature race was filled with everything for everybody. Everybody had something happen to him this race. And your drive, your determination, and coming home so close to a night sweep. Literally, I think because you guys hit the line for the checkered at the 45-minute mark, if it would have had any time left, it probably would have thrown another lap.
Interesting.
It was just right on the mark. So tell us about that race. I already know how the sprint worked. We had that conversation. Tell us about this feature. How did that plan out for you? And from what I see in the chat, Ben was telling me you still had 25 minutes of fuel, so maybe a little bit too much fuel on that pit stop.
Yeah, I think I didn't really look at like the race parameters before we started, and I had my crew chief set to auto fuel, and I think because the race was set to 45 laps, I think it auto fueled me for a 45 lap race. So it filled up more than half the tank before I finally realized what was happening and hit the fuel button in the black box to get it to stop. And then I came out and saw that Travis was in front of me, and it was like, I think it put the same amount of fuel because I think the fixed setup starts with half a tank.
Yes.
But there wasn't a fuel limit set for the race. So it actually like fueled me more than we started the race with. So that second stint too was super difficult because the car is just like really heavy on the cold
Really
tires.
heavy. Yep.
Yeah, that's why I kept running wide on a lot of the corners. I don't know, even if we had another lap, I don't think I could have got Travis. I mean, he was driving well and just putting the car where he needed to. So um, yeah, even if we had another one, unless he made a mistake, I don't think I would have gotten him. I just needed to not mess up that pit stop. And there's one time where I ran wide at turn one. I was looking at one of my overlays, got a little distracted, and then had some contact with a few cars. I know I was watching the replay. It looks like I swiped Ben on the side. I don't know how. I didn't even see him at the time. But it is definitely my fault looking back at it. So there was that, and then two other times I got spun. And so yeah, I had made a lot of work for myself to catch back up, but
For
it was a
sure,
fun
for
race.
sure. And that was that was some really good battling on one of those spins. You had kind of door-to-door contact with Tyler, and he held up and waited for you. And
Yeah, that was
I,
nice of him.
I always find whenever I see that happen, just the utmost respect that the competitors show for each other is one of the things that's hard to find in officials. It's hard to find in competitive racing, where that layer of respect, that was really awesome to see, because you guys didn't you got the glitch, you got the bump glitch that iRacing has that just totally loosens the
Oh, isn't that
car.
code? Was it?
It was contact, but it did the jerk thing where it
Oh
loosens your
yeah,
car, and it shouldn't be that way just because you're in a corner. Like
yeah,
that's a little overbearing when you guys are even that close to racing. It shouldn't do that, and so I just found that really cool that he did kind of hold up. He slammed on the brakes immediately, waited for you to get straight, and then you guys went back to racing, which was really cool. Um,
yeah.
but that
I
was
also heard
oh, go
I
ahead.
heard he's on a controller, which
Yep, he
blew my
is
mind.
confirmed. Yes, we had
I
that
don't even know
rumor at the
how he's
beginning of the
doing any.
season, and I've gotten it confirmed by multiple people now, and he is a control. I don't know. I can't do it. I can't
Yeah, me neither.
contemplate how he drives that well with a controller.
So then that contact, I was like, oh, I'm surprised he was even racing wheel to wheel that well with the controller.
Yep,
Definitely respect to him for that.
yep, for sure. He's a master of that craft that I cannot touch at all.
Same.
But debut event for you, first in the sprint, second in the feature. Great night for you. We appreciate you joining in with us. Do you have any? The floor is yours. Anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
I want to thank Ben. He invited me into here, so I appreciate him for making me aware of the league. And then yeah, it seems like it's run pretty well, so I appreciate that. Appreciate being able to join you guys. So thanks.
Well, we're glad to have you, and yeah, shout out to Ben and getting you in here, and he even said in the chat here after he kind of pulled over and ended his race, he said I was just trying to catch up and push too hard, and then he said, "Dang, Jay gave me a meatball to start." And I said, "Ask the guy to
Yeah.
join, and that's the thanks I get." And I started laughing. I was like, "Yeah, you gotta kind of pay him back a little bit, maybe." So we'll see how that goes. We go to Monza next week.
Oh,
Any
nice.
any excitement or how do you feel about that?
If we can all make it through turn one, it'll be super fun.
Right. That'll be the big thing. Turn one, that's for
Uh,
sure.
it's a good track for racing though, so it should be good.
And then Dylan just came in the chat. He said Jay wants to thank me too. Must have slipped his mind.
I don't know who that is. I've never talked to
Yeah. Don't forget about that guy. Forget about that guy. But great race again. Thank you for joining in and putting in a great show for us tonight. And we'll see you next week at Monza. Okay, bud.
All right, thank you.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
All right, let's get our winner up here, Travis. Roberto. Let's see, race broadcast. There we go. Travis, it's Jason in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Jason. How's it going?
It's going good, man. Happy New Year to you, and congratulations on the win tonight in the feature event. That was pretty eventful of a race. How'd it look from your end?
Uh, well, the sprint was a little rough. I definitely overdrove quite heavily. I was fading really bad. And the feature race, I don't even know what lap it was. Ended up hitting somebody that got loose, took damage. And it's like, well, I don't know if I should come in now and waste the fast repair. And I just hung out there. The lap times were fine. I think I got into Kyle, or I don't know how that worked out. I haven't watched the replay. But other than that, it was all right. There's a lot of debris on the track. So there were some corners there that were getting a little challenging towards the end. But all in all, I think the pieces kind of just fell into place. That was a little bit more lucky than anything because I was not the fastest guy out there. It just kind of it came together in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes that's what has to happen, right? And then when it did happen that way, because finding out, because when I was watching the pit stops and everything, we actually watched Jay stop. His was way longer. It's because his crew chief was set to auto fuel, and it put him way more fuel than what he needed. So he didn't need that long pit stop, and that put him
Hmm.
behind you. He caught that time up, but then when he got to you, your entry lines those last 3 laps, it looked like you were protecting entering, kind of would overdrive just a bit to make sure that he couldn't get to you. But then you had a really good straight off on the exits. Like you were able to drive and exit the corner and pull away from him almost every corner.
Yeah, I think it sounds about right. I was trying to be cautious on the entry, and like you had said, maybe I was overdriving a tiny bit, but I know for sure in the sprint race I was just killing the equipment coming in. So it's just one of those where I can't quite carry over the qualifying time and comfort into the race quite yet. So more races, and hopefully that'll transition for me a little bit better. But sometimes you get lucky, and today was a good day. I'll take it.
Absolutely, man. Heck of a drive. Well done. And congratulations again. We head to Monza next week. What do you think about that? Are you excited about that?
Well, I know I work a late shift next week, so I don't know if I'll make it. I'm going to try to swap with somebody at work, but tentatively, as of right now, I'm DOA for next week's race.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, if things change, I hope we see you on track. If not, understand work always comes first. Life takes control. So, if we don't see you next week, we'll see you after that. You gonna race this Saturday night in the Gen 6?
I'm going to try, yeah. Actually, the wife and kids are going out of town, so that'll give me a free pass to do an extra race this week. So
Awesome,
I'm
man.
going to try to be there.
Well, we raced the Roval this Saturday night, and so far, at least in testing, it's pretty slick. So it should be a fun, entertaining race nonetheless for road course in the Gen 6 Cup car.
Yep. It's always a little slippery in those cars, but yeah, hope to join you guys. Thank you for, again, the good league, the good stream. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem at all. Floor is yours for anybody you want to give a shout out to or thanks to for the night.
It's the same, just the Octane Outlaw guys and the Frozen Tundra. That's kind of my group. That's my dad is George Buck. I don't know if you know that.
I did not know he was your dad. I did not.
Yep. So
Okay.
he's kind of the one that got me into the iRacing thing. I'd go up and visit him um, to his house, and he'd have it, and I'd jump on the rig, and that's kind of what started it all. So yeah, he's my dad, and him and Tommy Thompson, we hang out and chat, and the guys at the Octane Outlaws kind of brought me in. So I appreciate all the help that they've given me, and it's been a fun transition, and now it's officially an addiction. So here we
Yep,
go.
yep, you're in. That's awesome. Good to hear, man. Well, again, thanks again for coming and racing with us as well. It's always fun to race with you on track, and it's fun to watch when I'm broadcasting. You guys really, you're a great driver. You've shown it in this GT3 series since you've started with us. You do a really good job, and again tonight just showed it. Just staying out of trouble. You got in some, but you persevered through to still get that win. And well done, great drive, and you have a great night and a happy New Year to you as well. Okay.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year's to you, and hopefully catch you next week.
All right, sounds good, Travis. Take care, bud.
See ya. Bye.
All right, well that's Travis Roberto, our winner tonight, as we have completed tonight's race, week 5 at Oschersleben in the GT3 series. Again, I want to give a shout out to all the racers that came and participated tonight. First Gear Racing, First Gear Network, and all the fans and everybody in the chat tonight. Thanks for being active and participating with me. And we will see you guys next race for the league is Saturday night. We race the Gen 6 Cup Series at the Roval as discussed. After that, next week, our schedule of races is Indy cars go to the Indy Road Course next Monday night, and then we come back here to Monza in the GT3 series next week, next Wednesday. So, again, Happy New Year. Have a great night. Thank you all, and we will see you here soon again. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, and until next time, have a great night, guys.